Don't we want to come together?
But for some of you, coming together means ignoring our experiences.
Break it down for me.
Cultural appropriation.
Sex and gender norms.
Mild adult themes.
Nepotism.
Racist bots.
Black lesbians. You mean two women into each other for reasons other than a straight man's benefit?
Great start. Conspiracy theories, black Scientology.
What?
Freebaiting.
Jesus.
Plus slavery.
Weed.
Cocoa butter. Salty grits. The sunken place.
Fake news.
Oppression. That's the new Katy Perry single, right?
Mm-hmm. Oppression featuring Migos.
That's that thing. That's that thing.
I study people.
So there may be a podcast co-host opening coming up on reviewing that.
Marty is a liar.
He's gotten ahead of us.
He's a dirty
Marty
liar.
saw episode 10 and he's fronting. Now he lying.
No, I
you didn't watch that?
Yeah. I have not, but I really, really think that's what I'm gonna do when I leave here.
Oh, that's the move, though. After we review this episode 9, the audience will finally we finally made it to 10, guys. I don't think anyone listening to this has not watched the whole season.
Yeah,
already.
we're the only ones that haven't done it yet, which is kind of interesting. But you already make good predictions anyway, so you're probably on point.
I have nothing predicted for this last episode. I don't
Really?
think.
Okay.
My biggest prediction in this series was that Alt Ivy wasn't gonna be white, but like for this,
which was a call.
Yeah, but for this, I don't know what they about to, because I don't even know what they're about to get into. We've been taken off of the main track. All we know is we found out who Alt Ivy is. We see that he's gotten popular or whatnot.
National attention. Yeah.
We know that. Oh boy, is he still supposed to be coming?
No, at the end of this episode, they say that he's canceled.
He can't make it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like there's supposedly a big cameo on episode 10 or something.
Something's supposed to happen.
So I don't have any episode 10 predictions right now. I'm about to just be surprised on whatever's about to happen.
Right. Same here.
How much of the episode 10 did you get into?
Literally like a Netflix original series. And then I heard the narrator's voice and I was like, oh shit.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Fair enough.
I don't know what he said. I was just like, oh no.
So I definitely went in further than you. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I think I might have been spoiled, but I thought, because I feel like we've already discussed this, but I don't want to say anything because I'm not sure if we did or we didn't. If that was, if I made that up in my head. But
say it.
Don't say
yeah,
it.
but visually, I believe they spoil what the cameo is.
Oh fuck! I know what
in
this
the
cameo
first 2
is.
minutes.
I know what this cameo is.
You do,
I
yeah.
don't.
I think we
no.
talked about it, didn't we?
I only know what this cameo is if I remember. See, that's why I always tell people don't say nothing.
Yeah, you said you were like spoiled. I can't remember what you.
No.
We talked about it.
No. I was spoiled on the fact that Tessa Thompson was going to be in the show, but then they showed her earlier than expected, so I really didn't get spoiled. What I'm talking about is Alpha Joe spoke about somebody being in the background on some other episode, on Troy's episode. A certain person is somewhere in Troy's episode, and I wouldn't be surprised if there is a big cameo that it would be this person. And after we watch episode 10 and see what happens, I'm going to tell you what that is, because then we could probably go back to Troy episode and try to find out
what are we talking about that? Yeah,
where this cameo was that niggas missed by this big person. Yeah. So yeah, but anyway, for episode 9, damn, we don't have anything else to talk about. No. I'm so hesitant to get into episode 9.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Yeah, we'll get through it.
Did you hear that? Apparently,
no.
Your boy from what's his name?
No.
What's his name? Jake Gyllenhaal.
Stop it.
Jake Gyllenhaal is gonna be Mysterio.
No one cares. Fuck
in the
Jake
Spider-Man
Gyllenhaal.
sequel.
Fuck him. No.
I'm just happy he's not gonna be Batman.
Oh, is that official?
He's officially gonna be Mysterio, so he can't be Batman. I'm happy about that because I didn't want him to be Batman. And Michael Keaton also signed on for the next Spider-Man movie too. So 3 things have been known now. Cool ass Mysterio. I'm very curious to see how they do him. Jake Gyllenhaal doesn't have to be Batman. Batman gets to be back in Spider-Man again. Apparently, Michael Keaton is what I'm talking about.
Right.
And
whatever happened to
we know that Spidey's not dead by them even announcing news like that.
They've announced his movie. Let's hope it's not dead. Yeah, Mr. Stark.
I'm not feeling so well, Mr. Stark. I'm so sorry, Mr. Stark.
Did we talk about Jamie Foxx being Spawn?
No. I like it.
I don't.
I don't care. I mean, Spawn has been dead to me for a while now. It's like I rewatched that movie, and you know what? I have nostalgic moments where I enjoy it.
I feel like he probably shouldn't have been though.
You probably.
I like Jamie Foxx though, but I mean.
I like Jamie Foxx. Yeah, I don't care.
I like Jamie Foxx, but I don't think he should.
Oh boy, should have been Spawn.
I mean, they the same age. Shit. Michael J. White, who was Spawn the first time.
Yeah, he should have been Spawn again.
Why not?
He's amazing.
What story are we telling? We retelling the same story?
Nope, Todd McFarlane, who created Spawn, is actually directing and wrote this one. And he got him a little budget or whatever. And he already said that it's going to be more of a horror type movie. They're not going, they're doing no background, no backstory. They're going to just
jump right in.
Just throwing in the world.
I mean, well, yeah, I guess you could have did that.
That's what I'm saying. If you're going to just do it like that, might as well have him. And they say you ain't going to have him without the mask a lot. So I'm like, fuck, you might as well.
Yeah, it's going to be weird with Jamie Foxx.
Michael J. got the moves. He's still in fucking shape. Him and Jamie Foxx are like the same age. Like Jamie Foxx is like 45. Michael J.'s like 49. I mean, dog.
Yeah, and he's still in shape. He's still doing those movies. He's
Dog.
still, they're going mostly straight to DVD, but he's still in shape to do
I
it.
understand. I understand the level of you want to distance yourself from which that was counted as a flop. You know what I'm saying? So I understand want to distance yourself.
Yeah, that movie was crazy.
Yeah, I understand want to distance yourself. You know, I understand there's baggage that comes with keeping the same person. I understand that, but if you're gonna go with no backstory, make your own entity, your own story, and you're gonna go, Jamie Foxx. I you know what? Business standpoint, Jamie Foxx is a bigger name than Michael J. White, so I guess that's one of the things.
Story-wise and character-wise, Michael J. White
would have been better. But we talking about making this money.
Then
yeah.
Makes sense.
That probably would help them even get the shit going. Is the fact that Jamie Foxx wanted to do it, and he was able to probably throw in, "Hey, Jamie Foxx wants to do it, Oscar winner." You know what I mean? So I see that. And I guess my third, what you about to say?
I was just gonna say he doesn't excite me like he used to. Like hearing Jamie Foxx's name, like as much as I like him, he just doesn't excite me. And I always feel like there's always it's not a knock against him. I guess it's gonna sound like it, but I don't mean for it to. I feel like there's always a better option when I hear Jamie Foxx's name for a role. Like this one here, I feel like there's a better option out there.
When they threw him out there for Green Lantern once. No, I don't want you to be the Black Green Lantern. Even when you don't match him either.
Granted, I like he did his thing in Django, but that was originally like Will Smith's role.
Yeah, I often wonder how Will would have done it.
I do too, and it's like he's in it, and it's like I like Jamie, and I liked him in it, but
once you say Will would have done it,
there was a better option there, you know. So, but I think Will didn't want to do it, so maybe it wasn't really an option. But it's just that's kind of how I feel when I hear his name, and that's where I'm at right now.
I think they said one of Will Smith's points of contention was he wanted to kill Leo.
Oh right, yeah. I do remember something like that. He felt like narratively
he should have got a chance to kill Leo. And he had other issues too, but that was one of the main ones.
That he did.
Yeah, come on, Quentin Tarantino and Will Smith. I would have excited the piss out of me by understanding those type of styles may have not clicked necessarily. But I feel him on, even though Leo's the white man, the true villain is Sam as he's the worst part of us. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But but I guess my third bit of stall news before we get to this.
It's stalling. No.
You heard that we have a second Joker movie coming? DC is just throwing shit at the wall.
Wait, what?
What's the first one?
Confused.
I'm having a mini batch nerd out moment. This is great. But Martin Scorsese is producing Todd Phillips Joker film that they have either Leonardo DiCaprio or Joaquin Phoenix.
Fuck you.
That.
Oh no way. Ugh. Gross. Are you fucking crazy? Don't get me wrong. I love me Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
I love me some Todd Phillips. Todd Phillips, the Hangover Todd Phillips, right?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah. Love him.
Yeah.
No way on this. This is bad idea.
They want to do an origin Joker film.
I was about to say orgy.
Nah, the dirty one of the crew.
What did Darth Vader say?
No!
Can't work. I'm sorry.
And they want either Leo or Joaquin
Phoenix
Phoenix
be making movies
to be the origin, to tell his Joker origin story, because apparently DC Films is gonna launch basically like we talk about Gotham, Elseworlds brand, where like they're gonna bring in creators to be able to tell standalone stories that aren't in the same storyline canon as the main stories. So this is one of them.
What?
But that's just the one.
Machine of Destruction is in charge of DC.
Oh, guess what? Here's the second one. But they're also doing a standalone Joker movie starring Jared Leto. So
wait, they're doing two. Why are they doing two? And everybody's already familiar with the terrible Jared Leto one. So, I mean, of course, we don't want that one.
Now, I
don't understand.
I inherently don't want an origin Joker film, for one.
No. Only if you're going to slit Jared Leto's throat at the very beginning. And
No. The Jared Leto one is an origin film.
Oh.
It's the Scorsese one that's the origin film. The Jared Leto one is just, I guess, Joker just having a movie for some reason. I don't fucking know. Why are you ruining
my night?
Harley got like 3 films coming out, so...
Why are you ruining my night like this?
They won. I don't know what they're doing. And you already know that we're getting a whole new Batman with Martin Reeves, the director of Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Like, Ben is out. Like,
officially?
It's not official yet, but everybody kind of like knows that Ben ain't coming back for another one. You
so
feel
who's
me?
Gonna take his spot?
We don't know who's taking. We don't know who's taking Ben's spot, and we don't know where this Martin Reeves film is going to be at. We don't know if this Martin Reeves film is going to take over, and that's going to be the new Batman of this DC universe, or if he's going to tell some prequel shit that he just feel like doing with some young nigga. We don't know what he's doing, but he's the next director of the Batman franchise, and I'm at least happy about that because Planet of the Apes trilogy was amazing. But DC, you could tell, don't know what the fuck they want to do.
Are they like being run by like puppets or?
They're trying to find themselves.
What's that what they're doing?
They're experimenting right now.
They're looking in the wrong.
Marvel got them shook.
They need to stop chasing waterfalls and just stick to the rivers and the lakes that they used to.
Why are we in the summer and we still have not seen an Aquaman trailer?
Oh my!
That comes out in December.
Aren't they trying? If they continue on with Aquaman, aren't they somewhat obligated to continue on in the same continuity with the same Batman?
Wonder Woman comes out next year too.
Yeah, but see, the thing about Wonder Woman is it's like face, Wonder Woman is such a symbolic figure right now.
Same
that
actress,
like,
dog.
You can't. There's no way they're not getting rid of her.
And that's the problem. First of all, when you make a suck ass Justice League film, and I like Justice League on some guilty pleasure shit, but I understand everyone's problems with it. Like, I didn't hate the film, but I see all the problems. You know what I'm saying? It bombed.
It was so bad.
Your whole universe, basically your universe has bombed. And what everybody was basically saying is you might just want to start over. But you have a problem when you have a Wonder Woman that's successful. You can't just scrap her. You have a Superman, you have a good Superman that's been poorly written. Henry Cavill, if you get the right director and the right writer, dog, he has a great look.
They were all good. It just was a bad movie.
I think because you can't tell me he wasn't a good Superman in Justice League. I'll give Justice League
you know what?
had a good Superman in it. When he was the bad guy, he kicked ass, and when he got to be Smiley, he was a good Superman, dog. He was bright and blues. He knew how to do it. No, Flash sucked. But
he was the smallest pill of that movie. But yeah, you know what? Okay,
you got Ben Affleck leaving. Like, dog, your shit's a mess. You already have Aquaman in a can. They can't even renege on Aquaman. It's been shot.
That's another problem.
And usually a movie that's come out in December, you would at least have had a teaser. Some of this biggest Aquaman, we would have at least had a teaser by now.
I thought they kind of gave us something.
They had like a little behind the scenes situation, but they ain't had shit else yet.
Nope, they gave no teaser. We have no idea what this is about to be. So no, DC is a mess. I don't know if they know what they're doing. Like I said, and that's not like I said. Harley has
TV's a mess. Movies are a mess.
The
TV, only thing that they got.
The TV's not a mess.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, my bad.
The cartoons are a mess.
I'm sorry. You're right. No, when I said TV, you know what I wasn't thinking of? I wasn't thinking of CW. I think of CW as a whole different entity because they're doing something completely different. But fair enough. No, you're right. Yeah. So DC, not
the TV's going good.
Not that aspect of the TV, but the new aspect that's coming out now, like this new Teen Titans, this new what was the other thing they got? They got something else coming out.
Well, have you seen the like Raven and all the the Titans show? Yeah,
have you seen it?
I have. But I saw Faith in Titans.
Oh, wow.
I had audition for Titans, dog.
Oh, for real?
I had a fucking audition for Titans, and I was so angry. I was so fucking angry at audition for Titans, dog, because I'd audition for a role that I wouldn't fit. I don't think I can say who it is, but just say he's a black character. He's big. He was in Justice League.
I just had no orgasm.
Boom. I'd audition for that character. Oh, like when I read it, I was like, wait, I'm auditioning for this? And I was like, oh, man. I know I'm not going to get this. I'm a fanboy. I know if I was to be cast in that role, you know how many people would be mad? You guys, this 5'8", He doesn't look anything like the comic books. He doesn't look like he could do the things that Bert could do. No, we want someone else. I feel like he would rob me. I need someone more heroic looking.
Sir, have you seen the footage for Shazam?
I hope Shazam is good though. I hope it's good.
I hope it's
good.
I want DC to win. But they just suck at winning now.
They don't know what winning is.
Wonder Woman was a win. That's the only win since the Dark Knight.
Oh my God! They gave it, but they handed it over to this chick who knew what the fuck she was doing.
Yeah.
And she sure did.
Didn't have it was my understanding that she didn't have to fight. She got to do what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
And guess what? They got a great film. You know what I don't know. Is she coming back for the second one?
Yeah, she is.
Okay,
yeah,
so boom.
And
they're gonna
They've been cast Cheetah already. That's gonna be in the 80s.
Cheetah is. Please tell me it's not Kristen Wiig.
It is.
Oh fuck, that was true.
That was true.
Oh well.
You know what? I think it might be no.
You can
have
a win. You can have one win.
It might be one of those.
I just gave up on him. Kristen Wiig might kill it.
It might be like a Michael Keaton thing because apparently back when Michael Keaton was cast as Batman, everybody was like, "Oh my God,
crazy.
that's horrible." And
Beetlejuice was all he was known for.
So I mean, it might be okay.
And Michael Keaton was 5'7" and did not look the part, and them fanboys went
They may
nuts.
be something.
But I mean, many times in history, fanboys went nuts over Michael Keaton. Fanboys went nuts over Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Oh, I went nuts over Heath Ledger. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That was like, the fuck?
I was like,
so
what
I'm like,
were we
you know
thinking?
what? Obviously, they saw something in this woman because this is weird as fuck. It's probably about to be lit. It's fine.
You,
it's gonna be okay.
No, they're not making good decisions right now.
Wonder Woman is. And it's the same director.
It's gonna be fine. No. Watch. She gonna kill it. Watch.
You know what? I will have faith. Okay.
It
What's
is
her name?
weird
Is it Catherine or Kathleen?
No, not Kristen Wiig. Some of the director.
The director,
yeah. Kathleen something.
It is Kathleen, right?
It's Kathleen something.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. But this all sounds like a bad idea.
Why?
It's gonna be okay.
Kristen Wiig?
No, I know absolutely.
I like Kristen Wiig too.
Patty Jenkins is
shit.
But I absolutely no
because
Catherine I believe was the original director, but she couldn't do it because she came from like Breaking Bad. I remember at first Wonder Woman had one of the high profile Breaking Bad directors was supposed to direct it, but she couldn't do it. Something happened with her, and they got Patty Jenkins, and big ups to Patty Jenkins because of course she showed us she could do a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, son.
Okay.
No, as a fan of the Cheetah character, I don't see it now.
Yeah, that's what makes.
They've been different incarnations of Cheetah.
Casting people though lately.
Yeah.
And to do it to have this feel like a miscast.
But Wonder Woman didn't.
It's gonna be okay.
We'll see.
Watch.
We'll see. They're the blip on the radar that so far does not been fucking up. That's why I'm hoping Shazam. Because Shazam's supposed to be a comedy, dog. So I'm not gonna take it seriously.
It's supposed to be a comedy?
To a degree, it's supposed to be one of the lightest movie yet. Because it's about a freaking 14-year-old kid, man. You know what I mean? I can say Shazam and turn into a superhero.
Oh, you talking about Shazam? I thought you were talking about Wonder Woman stuff.
Oh, hell no. Wonder Woman's going to be Wonder Woman the same time as the last one. But Shazam's will be a comedy, dog. So I'm going to take that a little differently. I'm going to be a little lighter on it. You dig?
I just think it looks very silly.
It might be good silly.
Maybe.
I'm
leaning. I don't have a lot of faith in them right now. They're not making a lot of good decisions. And
well, you know what?
Maybe this will be the turn.
You know what DC's killing that in comics. They're killing their comics right now.
They're killing the comics.
You've been reading
they're killing in the cartoons too.
Except for the cartoon movies. They haven't been as good as they were. At one point...
What did you think of Ninja? Did you watch Ninja yet?
I like Batman Ninja, but I won't give that to them. I'm going to give it to the Japanese people who made that. But before Batman Ninja, dog, they did this switch up in their comic book movies, and they just haven't been as good as the ones... Like, because there was a point, they had a stride of all the animated films, which is hitting. Mm-hmm. And, like, at one point, they started doing, like, this New 52 cartoons. Like, when they did... From Justice League War on... I've not been the biggest fan of the animated films. From Justice League War on, when they told that first story of the Justice League, I think that's War, whatever one that is, and they changed a lot of things about things that worked. But I like Teen Titans Go on some weird shit. Like, nigga, I be getting high and just watching Teen Titans Go sometimes, and I be really joking the fuck out. They say if that Teen Titans Go to the movies film does well, they're going to bring back the Teen Titans original version. Really? Tara Strong said that.
That's what I want to see.
And
I like that
one. And once again, so they're going to be winning. They already got good. Teen Titans Go is already popular. They went in there. They bringing back the old Teen Titans. People gonna watch that shit. They're already bringing back Young Justice. That's already almost about to be done. Young Justice season 3, and that's probably their best work when it comes to animated stuff. Though I love Young Justice. So you know, DC, Everywhere but the films are doing well. The Flash movie lost another director, and it's not gonna be Flashpoint no more. They don't know what the fuck they want to do with that. But it's like, y'all.
Yeah, just I mean, if we could only pull the plug, if Wonder Woman hadn't done so well, we weren't so.
They could refresh everything. Well, it's that the fact that Wonder Woman was popular and Aquaman already shot. They got to move in the can. They can't just not put it out. And people love Jason Momoa.
Yep. Yeah, I like this Aquaman. It's like what you got a couple things right here.
Justin Lin is the director.
I thought it was James Wan. It's Justin
that's what I meant to say. James Wan. I always say Justin Lin when I mean James Wan. I'm sorry. Justin Lin is a whole actor, I believe.
No, Justin Lin is the Fast and the Furious guy, right? He directed like the ones up until when like your boy died.
I think you're right. Yeah. Justin Lin. I'm being racist. But anyway, well, speaking of racism, let's get into this episode.
All right, there you go. Perfect.
Stalling.
We got it.
That's what stalling. Right. Stalling leads you to racism.
You did stall.
I'm gonna blame it on Ambien. So
fair enough.
Let's get into. Wait, did we do an introductions? We did that, right?
You stalling?
No, we didn't.
We didn't, so we didn't do introductions.
Bullshit.
We did do introductions.
This is bullshit. We did introductions.
We did do introductions because that's when
Damn
you
it.
said you're a fat ass. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Just in case we didn't, this is Mr. Bats.
Shit.
I'm not gonna go through the whole spiel. I just don't remember. Yeah. I did so much stalking.
I'm J.Steel, nigga.
And this is favorite host Marty.
And if we did do them and I listen to this back, I might just edit this part out, or I might keep it in because we suck. So anyway.
Like Gabe.
So this is episode 9. This is after Sam has found out that her dad died.
Yeah, so she got that unfortunate call. Well, she didn't get the call, but basically we start off where we left off in the last episode where Joe comes in and, she just looks at her and says, man, you gotta go home.
You get that dope shot where it goes and fades.
Yeah, it's like that slow, right, that kind of realization that, damn, like, this is actually it. Everything she's feared. The one thing that she's feared the most this whole season, her dad dying, it happens.
And the fact that her last thing she said to her dad was rude as hell.
Mm-hmm. That was the last time she talked to him.
So did y'all recognize at this point, has it been Wendy Raquel Robinson the entire time?
Yes, nigga. Because remember I asked you and I couldn't think of the name.
Yeah.
Remember? I was like, man, you saw that picture of that black lady looked so familiar.
I do
and I could not freaking pinpoint who she was until this episode. This episode made me go, oh!
Yeah, no, I was like, I didn't recognize her until they actually got till we're like looking at her in the kitchen, and I'm like, well, who is this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it's her. Okay, fair enough. Didn't realize it. But, yeah, so looking back now, I'm like, oh, okay.
Right.
That just completely went over my head.
So we start going through all these flashbacks, talking about Sam's relationship with her dad and kind of showing her growing up with him. He gives her some grits that has sugar in it, which shows where she got that from. They have this really kind of interesting scene of her being older and being, a half-black kid, middle school, and she's walking down the hallway with a white-ass daddy holding hands, and I think, like, she gets embarrassed, is what they're trying to imply.
They was whispering about it.
Yeah, and they were saying something like, who this white man is, blah, 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 blah.
Because no matter what, that's a white man, and she going to look like a black girl. So,
right. And kids are mean as shit, and they talk, so.
Man, you heard about that shit with the airline that tried to make this white woman prove that her kid was her kid?
Yeah.
Because the baby was a black baby?
Yeah. I thought it was biracial.
Yeah, but it looks like black. Baby. That's what I get back to, son. This our country going to just show you going to be black to them. Like, it just is what it is.
But like confirm that this is your kid.
That's
like how you want me to do that?
That is crazy to me, dog. And what's trippy about watching this episode is since we spent so much time with Sam in the last episode, I felt like that Gabe episode was partly a Sam episode already.
It was.
So when we left with Sam, I was like, damn, we here with Sam again.
Yeah.
I feel like we had a lot of Sam already.
Right.
She really showing, you are the main character, aren't you?
Right.
So
spilling over.
So yeah, she has to go and we see Joe and Reggie, walking her to the car. And what you about to say?
Oh no, I was just gonna say this is because we were talking just in the previous episode about you guys were hoping that Sam gets with Reggie, and I was saying that no, that's not gonna happen, and I was gonna say it because in this moment, so basically before Sam goes on her way, Reggie is sort of seeing her off, telling her, if she needs anything.
He tell Joel to text him. They had that little moment.
And they had that little moment, and she notices. Sam notices it, and it's like, okay, cool.
With it, but
yeah, she's cool with it.
Like,
right.
That's just so interesting to me. Because it's like, damn,
this is
y'all
television.
friends and y'all fuck this
triangles happen.
Yeah, you were kind of looking for him. You were kind of checking for him. It felt like in the very beginning of the season.
Yeah.
At some point,
and
so
now it's allowed.
It's a turn. Yeah.
So interesting, dude.
Right.
If Joel get with Reggie, it's gonna make Sam mad.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like that's where they're kind of pushing.
For now, son, I don't want. I do not want her with this guy.
Well, I'm hoping that Gabe doesn't go. I'm kind of feeling like he's gonna show up because apparently he rents the car because he has a discount.
Of course he does.
Yeah, of course he does. Why wouldn't he? He seems like the type of guy that would have.
He's like 50.
Yeah, but it seems like they're at It's everything's been put to the side. Whatever sort of the beef is cool. I kind of dig how everything's been put to the side. And she's joking about them, say your secret goodbyes and stuff like that. We're in a playful place for the moment.
He just play his ass out this show. He got them how many cases of water?
Oh man, it looked like 4 cases or something in there now.
4 cases. Oh, and then we see Coco come up, and it's so funny. She has all her designer bags and whatnot. And she's like, yeah. I'm coming with you. And she basically was like, yeah, I've secretly been talking to your mom anyway, and I kind of loved your dad, so yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah, I was so happy to see Coco. She brightened my day when she came into this episode. Yeah. She's going to give them much, she gives the comedy as well as the depth. Mm-hmm. And it gives back to their great relationship of y'all are the best frenemies there are. There is.
It reminded me.
They love each other. Really every time they're always at odds, but when it's time for the love.
Yeah, when shit gets real, they're there.
Yeah, bro.
I'd taken that week off that we had taken off. At least I didn't watch the show or anything, so I kind of forgotten for a second, just for a moment, that they had history with one another, as children, Coco and Sam. Mm-hmm. So to sort of have her come back in here, I was actually really happy to see her, mostly because I was glad Gabe wasn't going. And I just felt like Gabe and Sam in another episode back to back was just a little much for me. I didn't want to have another conversation about anything with those two. And I was really like, yo, let Coco play her music, yo.
Yeah, it was funny. So they're in the car, and Joelle got some badass road rage. Shout out to her, because I could totally relate to that shit. But then there's this really funny moment where Coco... I had bad road rage. Where Coco basically is like, I'm going to put some music on to try and cheer up everything. And they're just like, nah, girl, this is not the time. But then...
Sam getting her head.
Sam has this moment where she starts thinking about, oh my God, the last thing. I think she talks about the last thing she told her dad, or she meant to call him, is what she says. Right. And then she's like, okay, fuck it, turn the music on. I
entertain me,
please entertain me.
Coco knew her friend. You heard me? And once again, this is played for laughs now, but Coco, you can tell, has seen a lot of death.
Yeah.
So she knows, sometimes, you gotta take.
You gotta find ways to cope with that shit. And
distractions.
Right.
Help.
Yes. Yeah.
So we're introduced to the home of Sam, or
Sam White.
Sam White, a childhood home here. And as we're walking up, she's seeing her uncle's cars and stuff like that. And we see
black uncle and white uncle.
Yeah, black uncle and white uncle. One says Clinton Kane, and then the other one is Phil the Burn.
Old ass Bernie.
Yeah, it's like, it reminds you of it could have went well.
Yeah,
it could have went well. It could have been good.
It could have been better than where we are, but I don't fuck with Bernie anyway, man.
I'm
not a
Bernie.
Oh boy.
Fair enough. Okay.
I wasn't feeling.
Let me just tell you something. A ficus would be better than where we are now. I mean, it's okay.
If it was between Trump and Bernie, I'm gonna go Bernie.
Yeah, right.
But it's like, I don't think Hillary was good. I don't think Bernie was good. I knew Trump was evil. Hillary was the most qualified, so I rolled with her. But she's, she got her issues. Mm-hmm. Bernie was gonna die in office most likely. Plus, for whatever reason, dog, he thought that all black people were poor. Son, like whenever he politic directly to black people, it was always, I'm gonna get your jobs. Yeah, and it's like they have too many facets of us that you're not looking at. He didn't want to come campaign in the South because he felt like he couldn't connect with the South, i.e., black people. Right. Like he was one of the people. He wasn't trying to be racist, but he did some shit that was racist. Let me parade Killer Mike black ass out here to be my coon to connect to y'all. Oh, I helped Martin Luther King in the motherfucking 60s, dog. Stop riding that old wave. There are a few things that with him, it just seemed like you were good for like millennial white people, I saw that, but like you did not. He wasn't trying to get at not for black people, not for like the like what keeps really and truly what keeps black people our community afloat is middle-aged black women. Like middle-aged to 40-year-old black. They're the highest voting. They make a lot of decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like when you talk about like mid-30s to mid-50s black women, they're the turnout. You feel me? And if you're going to try to win them over, especially in the South, Bernie wasn't even trying. He had nothing for him. He wasn't even speaking to us. He just kept on saying all this great shit. And he was saying a lot of great shit with no ways to make none of that great shit pop. I saw through a lot of shit with him. And I can't front like I was just so smart. I was listening to a podcast. Like I always say, podcasts are fundamental. And it was a black podcast. It was one of the first times I was hearing anyone black say something negative about Bernie. And they would just be running. They wasn't even hating on it. It was like, but this, and this. And then I'll go research the shit. I'm like, damn, Bernie, you all lacking for black people. Like, you said all this great shit, this we are the world shit. But, nigga, like, you got some shit. And then you old as fuck. But anyway, I digress. Full-blown digressions. This is the podcast of digressions. Still that took him over Trump. Because at the end of the day, I mean, and what's fucked up about Bernie is all his support, the majority of his white boy supporters went straight to Trump afterwards. That showed a lot of his supporters' colors too. And he distanced himself from a lot of like democratic and a lot of progressive values around the time that Trump was really like at his peak, because he still was trying to get those same white voters on his side. So he started saying, like, if you look up him around the time, he got a lot of questionable shit that if I had a microphone, I'd be like, answer, why you was on this? Why you was on that? Why you seem like you're scared of Black Lives Matter people? Like that, what's going on, Bernie? What's going on? Old white man, I already got a certain issue with older white men. Even though he was a liberal white man, sometimes something about old white men, if you're a certain level of old, I always wondered, you lived in a time where you could really call me nigger.
Yeah.
And you watch times change. As we stand in this elevator, this just happened recently. Me and my nigga D-Mac were in the elevator with this old 80-year-old looking white man and this dog. And I just kept on thinking to myself, how you feel? I got a hoodie on and shit. I'm like, am I making you uncomfortable? Do you remember when I had to have a whole goddamn different water fountain? Do you remember, like, dude, and you were part of this. So it's just like, feel the burn. Anyway.
That's another rabbit hole. Okay.
I'm a rabbit hole, man.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
I'm actually rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So we got the uncles. We get presented to the uncles. I thought the uncles were adorable. I thought they were adorable. I like their little chemistry. They were funny.
It's like they had their little back and forth, and as soon as they see Sam, they're like, oh, our baby.
Yeah, I like that actor too. I don't know his name.
He's been around, the black man.
Yeah, he has.
He's been around.
Been in a lot
I remember
of stuff.
this cat in Rocky 5 when he was the dude that was like took Rocky's protege from Rocky, and he's like, "Come on, Rocky, you can't touch me. You ain't gonna touch me." And then Rocky knocks him out at the end of the movie.
Dog, that sounds familiar.
No, okay,
but I don't remember his face.
Yeah,
because I was like I said, I got that problem. I only see a lot of movies one time.
Okay,
I've seen all the Rockies, but I just don't. Which one was Rocky 5?
Rocky 5 was when Rocky was sort of down on his luck. He's like, I don't want to box anymore.
This is still the old Rockies. This is not when he came back.
This is like the very, very
the last one before he came back.
Yeah. So basically, Rocky is...
And this ain't the one with them in a damn fight in the alley.
That's the one.
It's that one. Because that one sucked. Oh my God, Rocky 5 sucked.
I watched that one a lot as a kid.
That's the worst Rocky.
I watched that one.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I like Rocky 5. I watched 5 a lot.
I was so depressed. No, that's the one when he lose all his money. No.
What the fuck?
They fuck over Rocky.
Teach the son gets picked on at school.
Rocky go broke.
How to box.
He moved to the projects.
Yeah, not the projects.
They didn't know what to do.
No. Why you making
Rocky
it work?
moved to the hood,
He does move to the hood. He moved back to the old neighborhood, basically, man.
Oh my God.
They fucked over Rocky. Everybody go Rocky.
Rocky was on
Rocky
crack.
had a good crib. No, Rocky went on crack.
Man, fuck that, dog.
He's making it so much
they
worse.
They played Rocky, dog.
Rocky.
So anyway, I ain't about to go down.
Rocky did lose all
but I mean, the other movies after that made up for Rocky's legacy, dog. But 5, I'm glad we didn't go out on 5, dog. I like that.
Y'all never seen Creed, man?
I love Creed.
No.
See, that's the same house they chilling in. This is not bad. This is not a bad house.
Man, dog, dog, if you go Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, and then you see Rocky just ended up with just a little old restaurant in the hood. You remember like that?
He did alright for himself.
Man, my nigga had a run though, dog. Remember that one scene? What that was part 2 where he had the mansion? I'm like, was that 3? It was 2 or 3 where that nigga, he was just the man. I was like, yeah, Rocky. I hate to see niggas go from being rich to being poor.
Yeah, it was a downfall. Yeah.
Poor Rocky.
Sorry, poor Rocky.
Poor Rocky, y'all.
But
So
good
yeah,
old Wendy.
now we are. I know Wendy Raquel Robinson is playing Sam's mom. I love her. I think that
Me
was pretty
too.
cool casting.
Made me think back to Steve Harvey. It's like, wow, man, you've been around.
Right, she's been around for a minute.
And the game.
Yes.
And the game.
Oh my god.
Which is the game is how I always think about it too. I was like, but I forget that, she had been around, before that.
She was Steve's love interest looking sexy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
She still look good. She held up well.
She does. She hasn't really aged.
How old is she? I mean, God, she looks
Probably like
amazing.
50
I don't
something.
want to get in that, but
Who
yeah.
cares?
Fair enough.
She's
Okay,
beautiful.
fair enough. All right.
So yeah, what's really interesting about this scene is her mom to say that her husband just died so tragically. Like she's really upbeat, and if you pay attention to Sam's expression, she notices it. She kind of peeps her out like, "The fuck, like you're so cheery."
But
and she says something about it too.
But I think I like also the fact of this actor, Wendy. She planned it perfectly because there's still an air of dread about it. Like,
Yep.
it's very subtle.
It's very put on.
Yeah,
you can tell that it's not real.
You can tell, so it's very subtle.
It's
that she's hurting, and you can still
Right.
feel it even while she's trying to just be normal. It's one thing to be normal, it's one thing to try to be normal, and like that's a subtle thing to play, and she's playing it well. Even when she's smiling, like
yeah,
they go
she's
to the
just
next.
a little off. Like it's just too much.
We go to the
You can
next
tell.
scene, and the whole family are kicking it and telling old stories like folk do or whatever, and what I mean, there's even tears in her smile, like what I mean.
Yeah, and Uncle's telling the story about the first time that they met at a basketball game where it was Boston against Orlando, and Wendy Raquel or Sam's mom is rooting for Orlando because she has a crush on Shaq, and Sam's dad is rooting for Boston because of course he has a heart. Apparently that's how he says it. And basically they make a bet, and Sam's dad loses, and the bet was to strip down and jump into a lake or something like that.
Yeah.
And apparently he called Sam's mom Ride or Died, and apparently she strips down and she jumps into the lake as well, and they share their first kiss
Aww.
and everything. Yeah, and it was it was
Yeah.
actually a really
Really
dope
cute
story.
little story.
Yeah, I dug that a lot. And then Coco comes in with her, what was it, Coco pate or platter or
The
something?
crudite, but it was a
Cruda- yeah.
crudite because
There you go.
it was shaped like an owl, and owls go hoo.
And all this is going on, and we see the familial bonds, and we really see that Joelle and Coco, her sisters. Her cousin is who this white girl is.
Yeah, that's
what I
who
was
the
about
white
to
chick
ask.
is. She's
Yeah,
the
she's
cousin.
a cousin.
And but she's sucking at life, like or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
she's so down.
you're right, like nothing is going good for her. And I like that when you have these mixed tables where you can still keep it black even though the white people's got to take it. Mm-hmm. They talking about cultural appropriation and shit.
Right.
And it's just a nice little scene.
It is a nice
for
scene.
for the family, for the character, because
Yep.
the character was always the little bit that we saw of him was a pleasant man.
He was a very pleasant, upbeat man. So they all do a toast, and it looks like they're about to take a shot. But then everybody kind of freezes because they're like, "Oh, this doesn't taste right." So they have this funny moment. It kind of lends itself to the history that Sam and Coco have, and they basically admit that way back when in the G, we may have replaced the alcohol with some tea.
Yeah,
Which
that
is
comes
really funny.
back.
And that
up
comes
later.
back
Yeah, that's
later.
pretty
And
funny.
that comes
it
back
does.
later
I like
because
how that
with the
makes-
dad or whatever. Like I like when it's good story when you put a little breadcrumb that's gonna pay off later. And her cousin tells her about the
drops
second
and
the second surgery that Sam never knew her dad was recovering from, and now we have a problem with the moms because moms didn't want to tell her. We don't know why at this point, but moms didn't want to tell her. So now we about to have the showdown between Sam and the moms, and moms get Sam together in this little situation right here.
And yeah, you kind of have to, I think. But everybody processes it in a different way. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Even watching it now and the first time, I kind of wanted some of Mom's chili.
That's a lot of chili.
That was a lot of
That's
chili.
a lot of
Yeah, that
chili.
was a lot of chili.
That's a lot of chili, dog. And and she's using it basically as a means to come at moms because she feels so hurt. But mom's hurt too, Sam.
Yeah,
That's what you
she
got
is
Yeah,
hurt,
Mom's is
and I
like-
really think, like she tells her, I mean, they didn't expect for him to go.
Yeah.
He's had so many, like this has been like a long-term illness to where it's like, okay, he's having all these surgeries, he's gonna be good, no need to worry Sam. But I feel Sam in that, like, if all of this is going on and we know that this man is like very touch and go, nigga, call me, that's my daddy, because anything can happen at any time. So I totally felt her pain and her grief in the scene, because it's like, damn, hindsight is a bitch, but I could have had an opportunity to say goodbye, and that's like fucked up, because you can't do anything about it.
And she blames her mom for not telling her, and the mom's like, man, look, we was holding our hope, man. And that's what she says, that line where Sam said, I lost my daddy. She's like, I lost my husband, bruh. Like, it was upon to get into the topic of interracial dating, which, Sam has a little, experience in. And mom's like, my nigga, like, our family, when nobody was fucking with me when I decided to love this man, son. I like that line.
I like that background.
I like that line about you don't get to have a monopoly on grief.
Right.
That was a fire-ass line, son. It was some real shit of my nigga. Like, you don't understand the layers and the context and the background that I had with this man. You the daughter. Before you even got here, I had a relationship and a love with this man. And we went through shit. So, nigga.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it was a great little back and forth with those two actors, with those two characters. And, I just rocked with it.
In that little bit. Yeah, we just being introduced to it. There's a lot of, establishing to be done there.
And then we get to this scene with Coco and Joe and Sam, where basically Sam is pissed and venting to them like, yeah, my mom didn't even tell me that my dad was in the hospital all these times. And what happens here?
And also on top of it is like, because I feel a certain way, because that kind of happened to me with my grandfather. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we went to see him, he was in the hospital, everybody tell us he gonna be good, and then we found out he died. And I'm like, y'all told us he was gonna be good. Like, and then I found out later, oh, this was happening, and that was happening for family members. I'm like, I feel robbed. You know what I mean? So I definitely get where Sam is coming from, but there's always another side to the stories, man.
Yeah, there's always levels to it, especially during times like that. Like, you don't know how people are going to react and why. And it's not, I think, like her mom says, it wasn't to hurt her, but it was to protect her. And
well, sometimes you don't know what your actions is doing. And we got this situation right now where Sam don't know what to do because they want her to speak at the funeral. And she had two opposing friends who feel like going at her a different way. Like, Coco is like, my nigga, like, you can't be kissing the ass, man. He's going like, let's be strong. Let's go. Da, da, da. And Joelle is like, man, like, I'm trying to just, I'm just trying to ease her into this shit. And you see the different ways that Coco and Joelle show love, even though they both coming from a positive place.
Right.
Yeah. And I believe it's Coco that comes with the kind words that really sort of hit. Right.
Well, Joelle hit her first.
Yeah, Joelle. Yeah, well, Joelle takes a stab at it first.
Like Joelle, Joelle's on Sam's side or whatnot, and it just everybody's on Sam's side. They just tell her to do it differently, dog. And then like Sam really realizes that she was wrong for going to her mom's about that. And now we're seeing her guilt for how she was towards her dad.
Yeah.
And, this is a great, these are a bunch of emotional and heavy scenes, but they're all well acted and well written.
They are.
And I love just the dynamic of, I'm like, this episode made me very curious to see how Joelle and Coco going to be in future episodes with each other. Right. Because they wind up bonding on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they have chemistry.
Do.
And they do have chemistry.
They definitely do have chemistry. So it's going to be interesting.
Come on, you can get it.
That word to
you got
see.
The letters in your teeth. I'm saying that's what's fucking up with speaking.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's that fucked up thing. You tell somebody some shit like that. No, I didn't
be like the whole time. It's gonna be dope as fuck to see their dynamic. Goddamn it, shit.
And the three black girls. You know.
And
we found that Coco was talking to Sam's dad even after Sam and Coco fell out. Mm-hmm. So Coco's like really your cousin, girl.
She really is like family. And I like this too because this scene kind of brings me back to, how things probably were way back in the G for Coco and Sam. And just brings me back to, as a young black woman, like sleepovers and slumber parties and how at those, those meetings were always for fun, but there were always a lot of emotional times and moments and bonding and just the whole symbolism of black sisterhood in that moment was really awesome.
And we got this next moment where Sam sneaks to his room, his office or something, her dad's office.
Yeah, she goes into her dad's office.
And she finds that, she finds the tea or something, and she finds that letter in the book.
Yeah.
What was the book? It was something specific. I remember it. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so she's remembering her dad. She's going around looking at everything in there, and she picks up a jacket and sniffs. And this part just made me so sad because it was just like, oh, God. Like, I know how that feels to suddenly lose someone. Even though he was sick, it's still like, damn. Like, you're not.
It still was sudden for her because,
once
again,
she thought everything was okay.
Yeah, she didn't know anything else. And so she's going through the heirlooms or whatnot, and all we get a narration.
Yeah,
of his
then
voice,
you hear his voice,
and he shows up to talk to her.
Yeah,
I like how
and
that's
there.
what made me sad here is when he showed
God,
up in
I'm
that
so
chair.
sad.
He's talking to her, and she's kind of going through everything.
Yeah, she's
that kinda
hearing
hit
his
it.
voice, and it makes me so sad.
And they cast the nicest white actor possible.
I know,
to
he's
play her
so
dad.
adorable. He really is adorable, the white man.
It's like, well, I can't wait to see him play a bad guy.
Yeah, so she's
He was so nice. They just made him so nice.
he
here.
is really nice. So she's going through all of his stuff. She sees all these pictures of him with different notable figures. Is that Joe Biden?
It's definitely, it really has some really
Joe
good
Biden.
Photoshop of him and Joe Biden, and I believe the other one was Harry Belafonte.
Yeah.
And it was like some really, really good Photoshop.
Yeah.
Or whatever you talking about, you always rock with game changers, and that also helped affect. Like, she's going through all these things.
It's just,
and I'm not trying to get through all this shit, man. Where's the book, man? Get to the book, man. Oh, that's the book, and he was into those secret organizations, and that's
Yeah,
how
it's
they
a secret
also
society
the secret
book.
society book, and it connects all the way back to the secret society books that we've been going through on campus. So I was loving that. Okay, he had the Order of X ring in there and shit. He just got the book on random. So I was glad to see Sam get some type of contact with the main story in this episode.
Right.
Godfather. That's
By
what it
Mario
was.
Puzo, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what she finds of this letter that he left for her because he knew her so well that he knew that she was gonna go through his shit
Yeah.
and eventually find this. And it's a heartfelt letter, and she uses it for the eulogy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was an interesting transition of her reading it from the room that we got at the eulogy, and once again it's a funeral episode. It crosses over. And he basically pushes her on. He even said, like, I wrote this because I knew you might have trouble speaking.
Like, he just knew his baby. Oh, my God. It's just so... It's heartbreaking. So, yeah, anyway, she reads the letter at the...
And we didn't shout out who her TD was, man.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
We didn't shout out Aunt Rachel.
Yeah, Aunt Rachel.
name.
Yeah, Aunt
What's her
Rachel
name?
from Family Matters, man.
Yeah.
Oh!
We did not shout her out,
We
brother.
didn't, but
She
shout
brings
out
it
to
up At
her.
the beginning, yeah.
We gotta get these black women these goddamn things. And the eulogy once again brings her mom and her closer together.
It
And
does.
her mom, this was this great moment. I love this great moment between these two women, these two actors. They was running it, they was breaking down, et cetera, remembering old times. And her mom calls her Sandwich.
Yeah. I
For the
know
first
that.
time.
And you can tell that it was the first time before she even said
Her
Yeah.
response.
it was for
yeah.
the first time.
Yeah.
That she reacted, the actor Logan reacted so perfectly, dog.
She didn't even have to say it.
She didn't have to
Yeah.
even say it. Look at that look. She gives her a look like, what? You just called me? And then she laughed. It was we should be watching it.
perfect.
It was a perfect
perfect.
reaction. I was like, oh my God, Sam, I fell in love with you again. So yeah, man. And she was like, well, I guess that's a gift that your dad left me. I'm like, oh my God, writing.
Yeah.
What's up, writing?
And then she says, he always gave me the most perfect gifts. I was like, oh, God.
And it was Sam.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Mwah, they hug and they reconcile mom and daughter. And it was just like,
And it's just love everywhere. And it starts snowing, which is so symbolic.
and we got the bonding of Joelle and Coco. They doing each other makeup and shit, man.
Hope to see more of those. So, yeah, then we get the bad news at the end.
Yeah, that your boy can't make it. And, she's like, man, they didn't have no money, basically.
Yeah, Cora wouldn't fund.
And it's Troy and Lionel, the bros.
The brothers.
I mean, he seems like super chipper for this bad
Yeah.
news. Like, this seems like the really bad news. Oh,
Because
also,
him and
He's
his
going to
dad
have
bonded.
lunch with
Right.
his dad,
Yeah.
and he's excited.
Yeah.
That's why he was
And
chipper.
he's like, I think I may tell him I love him, but we'll see how the lunch goes first.
But what did you all? So we at the end of the episode we sort of pan over to a box that we're looking at here now.
With the
what's
X ring
this-
on top.
Yeah. What's the symbolism of that?
I'm guessing that's
What's
what
she
she.
gonna use that for?
I'm guessing that we weren't supposed to look at the box, but that the ring and the letter
Ring.
on top of the box.
Oh, okay.
'Cause they never showed a shit about that box before, so I'm just and maybe we'll find out that something is in that box that's important that she might put in from her dad, maybe the book. I don't know, but I just took it as I see this ring, and we get the Sam look at the camera. And we're at the end of the episode. She had to go through this fire because I guess episode. I wonder who episode. You said it's Lionel's episode. Who has the last ep?
Oh, I don't know. I
Okay.
didn't get that far.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So we don't know who has the last ep. It feels like it's probably gonna be Lionel.
Yeah, it's
This
probably
feels
going
like
to be
it's
Lionel
Lionel.
more than likely.
You think? Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
probably
Yeah,
so.
Probably.
So that was episode 9, the penultimate for the season. We finally made it this far, and I thought it was a really good episode. It's just It was another character building one more so than anything else.
It
I was just happy to get out the goddamn radio station, man.
With Gabe.
Yes, Gabe was really the killer. That's what I didn't enjoy. My time with Gabe.
I didn't enjoy it either. Fuck him.
And we gave a lot, one thing I'm gonna give to this actress Logan. What's her last name? Logan what?
Brown.
Logan Browning.
Browning.
That she's so small, but she has such a huge presence in almost everything she does. When she enters a room, you feel this character. You know what I mean? It's I love a lot of what she does. And once again, it goes to also look at Lion, you got a little cut. But it also goes to like this whoever cast this show. Did a beyond wonderful job at the casting because everybody and everything fits. And like you said, when you give these people their episodes, they never disappoint.
Nope.
Yeah. Like this is a Sam episode, and if you're talking about all the facets of character work that you could hit, you know what I mean, as far as an actor goes, like I'm just speaking just from that perspective, she killed it. She killed it. Definitely. And she usually does, but this was a different side. She had to be vulnerable but still stay in character through the vulnerability of things. And we don't get to see enough of that with her.
We don't.
We got a side of it in the Gabe episode, but this was another side. But I'm curious to see how she's about to enter the season finale.
Right.
Definitely.
And I'm curious to see how everything is gonna add up.
Where's the order of X fit in all this?
Right.
How do we end up?
Was it Alpha Joe who told us that's not really to not even worry about that. We're not really going to get the answers we're looking for.
No, he said we're not going to get the answers to if Ivy was only Silvio or if he had people backing him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what he said we're not going to get the answers to. He didn't say we didn't get nothing about Order of X.
Okay, got it. All right.
And you keep bringing them up, and where y'all going to go with it? That's the question.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how it ends up. This episode in particular. We had a lot of fun moments for this. It wasn't one of my more favorable ones, but I did enjoy it a lot more than the last one. I think just the last one is just the lowest point for me.
Better than the last one.
But I got to see the chemistry between Coco and Joe, which I wasn't really aware of presently. So that was cool.
Because a lot of times you don't realize two characters aren't around each other much until you put them around each other and be like, wait, these two, okay.
Right. These two click. Yeah, I want to get more moments
like
that.
Reggie and Coco. You don't see them around each other much, but when they do, you're like, okay, it's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
Right, okay, fair enough. Yeah. But I could see more of that. I liked the moments of meeting the family. I liked the little bit of background we got on Sam and her parents and stuff like that, and sort of how they met and all the little, character moments. It really worked for me. I like this episode a lot. I would rank it though. Are we ranking them? Like, are we giving them numbers?
Next episode.
All right.
We rank them all.
All right. But yeah, I like this one a lot. This one's up there, high up there for me.
Yeah, I like this one too, and I really like y'all said, Sam's vulnerability in this episode. I think her backstory was really interesting, and I also agree that I was happy to get the fuck away from Gabe. That was really nice.
Really great.
But it was also interesting to see, since we only had a little bit of him, to see more of her dad's backstory and her relationship with her dad. I really enjoyed that, and I also absolutely love the performance that Wendy Raquel Robinson gave.
Yes,
I loved it. It was really great. It was good.
But what's trippy about this episode, even though it was really good, great, even this episode, I'm probably would rewatch the least.
Yeah, because it's so heavy.
Like, I would even watch the last episode just to get that read of Gabe as. But there's nothing in this episode. No. There's nothing in this episode that I would care to rewatch.
I will say that I went back and watched a few of them, and I did not watch this one because I was like, I don't really want to see it again.
It's a day that
was just too much.
Yeah, and like they had great scenes once again, especially with Logan and Miss Wendy and everything. But it was great. But if I would rewatch Troy. I would rewatch Coco episode. I would rewatch It's quite Reggie episode, you know what I mean? There's a bunch of episodes at the top, but like in this season, I know I'll watch this again.
Yeah,
I'm most likely after this, I will most likely never watch this episode again,
right.
Unless I'm watching it from top to bottom with somebody, because I don't know, maybe it's a topic, maybe it's the fact that since you detoured so far away from the roots of the was going, because you just really took us on a complete Sam segue. This this did nothing for any other characters, I guess, unless you pick up on the Joel and Coco relationship.
Yeah.
But besides that, it's like even in the last episode, Gabe's gonna be different.
Right.
You dig? She gave you can't help but be different with Gabe. If I go on any of these other episodes, Troy has to be like all these other characters. Every of these episodes, like this episode is gonna move Sam in another place, but everyone else had to go through this shit on campus and in the world of this store, of the world of Dear White People. And she got to leave the world and figure her shit out. And it was so, like I said, funerals don't get me excited. So it's like, great work, guys. But
it was just too heavy.
When I come to my rankings, my rank is going to be like probably my rewatchability. And this going to most likely be at the bottom as far as rewatchability. Yeah. Unless I'm going from, I want to get these actory things. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Let's go from actor moments because there was many great parts of that.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, man.
It's not my last. It's not my least. I would say it's my second to least. The previous episode would be my.
I agree with you on
Marty's
that.
keep letting us know like I couldn't take it.
I agree with you on that.
I couldn't take it.
It's just,
I was at those four walls with those two people for too long.
It was one of those ones where I saw it. I'm like, you know, you could just skip this one. You've already actually seen this one. The one you haven't seen is episode 9. So why don't you just, you don't have to finish this.
Yeah.
But I did anyway, just for completion.
Right.
Yeah.
Watching Sam read White People, I'm gonna always give that episode that. I got to see Sam read White People.
Beautiful.
So yeah, man, this was reviewing Them Dere White People episode 9.
Yep.
This was, we got in and out of this one. This one was a pretty quick one. Like I said, there's the subject matter, dog. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, so I don't get into funeral and death episodes of shit, man. That's why the Red Wedding is so fucking hard.
Oh, yeah.
It was so hard.
That was rough, yeah.
The Red Wedding, and like I said, my dude fighting the mountain. I still feel some kind of way about that.
Man.
Like, the way he died. This nigga teeth and face was splattered, dog.
The man died screaming, dude.
Dog, screaming, dog. Like, those were the two hardest deaths for me, aside from, like, on Game of Thrones, when Ned died, that hurts because it's your first major death that you don't see coming. But once you get into the world of Game of Thrones and see that that's just what happens, Ned don't hurt as much. But that royal wedding and my nigga Prince, whatever the fuck his name is, them two hurt.
Dude. That was bad.
So the Red Wedding, you don't really see coming. Like, you think everything's all good until it is not.
Right.
But while Ned's death was surprising, it's sort of like it was a slow build to it. It's like, are they really gonna do it? I mean, because they kind of literally they were telling us we about to chop his head off, y'all. We about to chop his head off, and it's like, y'all ain't about to chop his head off.
Do it.
Y'all ain't gonna do that. And sure
Game
enough,
of Thrones
they
goes
chopped
there.
his head
They
off.
said, no,
it's
bitch.
like,
because
you say someone's gonna die, they're gonna die.
But my thing is, it
That
wasn't just the fact that Ned died, dog. Y'all disgraced him first. He could have died
They
nobly, and
disrespected
I'd have
that
just took
man.
the fucking lick of, you know what? He held his own convictions and he died for that. He gave up his convictions because he thought he was going to live and the same as family. And after making him give up his convictions, give up his his reputation, you kill him with no proof. That hurt. And like you said, for the Red Wedding, like, my nigga, like, everything was going beautifully.
You think everything's fine, and it's like everything still is fine.
And it killed everybody, dog. Like, dog, that's like I said, I get too, and that's why I didn't watch Game of Thrones for the longest, because, like, I'm a character person, dog. I ride with my characters. If you tell me coming in, though, your characters, you're going to die. Going in, I'm already like...
They only kill the best ones.
Dude, that hurts, dog. It really hurts. I don't know how the hell we got on this topic from Dear White People. How did that happen?
I can't remember.
Oh, because of death. Oh, yeah, because Game of Thrones sets the standard for death. I still have 2 more seasons to watch, and I know more death is coming.
Yep. More death.
Great.
Tons of death.
And that's why I need a movie like Shazam to come out, because I want some light in my life.
Oh, man. And clearly a steaming pile of doo-doo. But okay.
DC gonna get it together. I think Shazam's gonna be good.
All right.
I think it's gonna be good.
You got high hopes for Shazam. All right. I'll try not to shit on it.
Just because...
Until it comes out.
It's so opposite anything else they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they keep on coming with these dark movies and these serious movies, or these movies that they deem heroic. And this concept as a kid get to be Superman, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it can be really fun. Under Marvel's guidance, this movie would be amazing. You know what I'm saying? If DC plays it right, they could have a hit. Like, it has the setups of a hit when you think about it. It can appeal to kids. It can appeal to teens. You have the right in-jokes for adults. If you do it right now, I understand you don't trust DC for every right reason. I believe it. But I'm just saying off the premise of you get the right director and let them do what they do. That's the other thing that DC trying to mandate. They're going to just let directors do what they do. Marvel ain't doing it like that all the time. They fire some people like that because Disney don't trust everybody.
We've got the plan.
We have the machine. We need you to just guide the machine we got. DC about to go with directors, do what you want. So on that case, depending on the director that you got, you might have a hit because that's what happened with Wendy Williams. Wonder Woman. Wendy Williams. Okay, that's when now it's time to go. Time to fucking go, dog. Wow. So yeah, this is that actor guy, Mr. Bats. You can find me on all your social media platforms at that. Spell it Mr. Rowdy, you ain't gonna find me. Hit us up at flywithbats@gmail.com. Hit us up at reviewingdat with a D at gmail.com to be part of the conversation. Until next round, man, we finally got to the end of the season. We can finally watch episode 10 and catch up with the world. I cannot wait. So until you hear us next week with the season finale review, I'm out.
And this is J.Steel, you guys. You can follow me on Instagram at IamJSteel_. Also check me out on the Misbelief Podcast at TheMisbelief.podbean.com. Also check out my cool ass blog FatGirlNola at FatGirlNola. And also
.jimdo.com too, right?
Yeah. Boom. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
That's the blog.
I'm sorry.
The bro blog.
Okay. My apologies.
No, thank you. I appreciate the plug.
I'm sorry.
You know? Yeah. And then Vray Films, VRAIE Films on Facebook. Go like it.
That's right. You can find me, Marty, MartyEdwards 504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snap at the chat. Also go to lowrainpictures.com, click on the Your30 tab. I co-host a show there with the Arrogant Observer called Your30 with Marty and the Arrogant Observer. Check it out. Appreciate you listening.
And the irony of this show, it's called Your30 because it's supposed to be 30 minutes long.
But it's never your.
But it's never 30 minutes long.
You know how you want to go over to your boy's house and be like, yo, darling, I'm only going to be 30 minutes just going over to my homie's house. And then it turned out being like an hour. That's our show. That's what it is. At least that's the excuse we use. So yeah.
Like, share, subscribe, and hit them up, man.
Appreciate it.
Yes, indeed. So once again, till next round, man. Appreciate y'all listening. We out.
We got to stop fighting. Your brother cannot be your enemy. We used to hang from trees, and now we're who they all want to be. But we're stud pro saints. We're still living, trying to make the ends meet. Our bloods are kings and queens. Not what they made us believe. The community, more of a dynasty. Stop the madness.